You were the single most inspiring person to me.
Thank you.
Thank you. Just for starting the podcast. I mean, I really felt a sense of possibility just by listening to you.
Look, I've said it before, the reason I created it is sharing everything I learned since I started as tech founder for the first time and what I would have wanted to know along the way.
You talk about the value of a good founder story. The other day I was at an event. Andrew Young was hosting one of his events, and two GPs were there, one from Flybridge.
I run a firm called Flybridge Capital.
One from Antler.
I am general partner Antler.
They were also in agreement that up to 80% of their decision of who to invest in is the jockey and not the horse necessarily, right?
Founders show up and throw up. I'm like, man, like who's different, like who stands out?
If you have an opportunity to tell a compelling story, to show something creative, interesting, a great story, maybe some early ideas.
They really want somebody they connect with, somebody they believe is going to execute at all costs, regardless of what the project is. You reinforce that sentiment many times.
No, we're different. So many VCs will just back a person. We care about the four things, which is the founder,
The team.
the business itself, like unit economics, total addressable market size, etc., the terms, and the thesis, and whether it aligns with our future or vision of where the future of the world is going. So for us, all 40 need to be collectively true.
How do you feel about the whole crowdfunding?
It has worked for some. I don't know how easy it is to raise that happen in the dollars or whatever, but I think Funder or whatever their folk is doing reasonably well.
Yeah, we funded it.
WeFunder. Yeah, I don't have a negative or positive a priori. And of course, this is maybe the one case where the broader your audience, the more likely it is to work on WeFunder. Yeah, I think it has a reasonable track record.
You've said that angels VCs think long term. 10 years seems to be the number.
So the moment to approach a VC is for your seed round. So you do your pre-seed, you get live, you show that there's product market fit, that users love it, that there's retention, et cetera. Then you go raise like 300 in seed round.
That's the position I feel like right now, having taken a big step back. Right. I raised a couple $100,000, friends and family, build a team, get things done.
Yeah, but I think you haven't proven product market fit, so you're not in a position to do that.
You're right, and I'm not saying I am. I'm back to pre-seed now on this new concept.
Correct.
But having learned a lot along the way, and absorbed and accepted a lot of my failures and shortcomings and everything.
Product market fit is often, quote from Buffett is like, when the reputation of a great manager meets the reputation of a bad business, especially the reputation of the business that wins. And so you may be the best business in the world, if you're running an airline or whatever, one of the crappy businesses, you end up not doing particularly well. And so finding the right business matters a lot. So even though the genius in any one business is the execution, like the idea is not viable, it's not viable.
Yeah. I think often about LinkedIn Premium.
Yeah, so LinkedIn created the network first, and then they monetized it. And it's interesting because I'm pretty sure Reed had no idea what LinkedIn would be used for effectively, and didn't know how it would monetize either. And it was really a professional social network that was really the fundamental idea. And then it turns out you can use it for recruiting, and you can use it for sales. And so the in-mail type model works well with a sales navigator, etc. But that came years later. So like if you can build a app with people who have willingness to meet that are sticky, great.
I think there's a lot of ways to sexify things that people don't necessarily care about. The main concern when I talk to people about this concept is privacy and security.
Yeah, that's absolutely not my concern, because people already are putting all their stuff out there and LinkedIn, on Facebook, and Instagram, on TikTok, and so I have zero concerns on privacy and security.
That's why I think now is the right time for something like this, because people are conditioned to just check permissions and they don't care. They're used to it, right? We're not even like blindly ignorant. We're giving it willingly and knowingly.
Like all the best apps are simple.
Been trying to simplify along the way. The team that I built to build this is really great. I trust them. We work well together.
Great.
We're underutilized. We're ready to build. So what I need, what I'm going to be looking for now, is pre-seed money.
Look, I would build Beacon for the lowest amount possible and test it to see building it, launching it, testing it. So I could be doing sub 20K and should be able to get a sense of whether it works or not based on that.
Do you want to try it?
No, once it's live and it works, I'm happy to have to review it back where you show the retention metrics, the CAC and or estimated CAC, and us really about contribution margin and like I want to put fuel on the fire for something that's working. Sure, I'm not the one like I don't want to put when you're like putting the fire, getting the fuel, etc. That's not interesting.
That's right.
Once you already have something live with traction, economics, etc., even in small scale, like 20K a month.
Yep.
I'm happy to look at it.
Yeah, what did you say? You're more interested in the application of the product, not necessarily the development of it.
Correct.
Yeah. Part of my strategy is taking this mountain of content, organizing it into a great story, building hype, building momentum, showing the hustle and the grind and the grit and the consistency every day, rebranding myself.
Sure.
Basically from scratch.
Does it really lead to people investing in your startup? At pre-seed, I'm not sure. It feels very detached. Maybe it helps.
I think people invest in people that they like, don't they? Sometimes I believe that we have to work with what we have, right? And the things that
things that resonate for you, the things that make you you.
Exactly.
Those are things that's great. Like suggesting that it feels like not. If you want something, you go for it. You don't take a long-winded path around it, to it.
So for somebody like myself, as you have evaluated in this sit down together,
just execute something that I'm going to do.
Really?
Yeah. That's it.
Great. By ready, you mean there's revenue coming in?
Yeah, I mean low scale, like 20K a month.
Yep.
Live working and proof that people are resonating with us, they're using it and singing to it, they're not sure. I'd look small scale. And then you're like, hey, Fabrice, like I figured out that if I hire these TikTok influencers or whatever, I spend money on Google.
Yeah.
When I spend $1, I get 3 back after 12 months. And all I need now is more money to spend on Google. And by the way, in Google, I've done a keyword density analysis and I could spend $3K a month very easily. So I'm trying to raise $2 million with the Penn valuation in order to go from my current 20K a month to 200K. That speaks to me.
I don't suppose you're selling a renting a Fabrice clone that I could rent for a little bit, because you have the
No, but you can ask Fabrice AI.
That's true.
It's actually better than I would have expected.
I have consulted with it several times.
The next 2 phases for Fabrice AI are to create a video version of me, so you can actually have a conversation. And number 2, take evaluation calls with startup founders, write a debrief, and give a recommendation to us and feedback to the founder. Because right now we get 300 inbound calls a week, inbound requests a week. We take calls 40. I speak to 6, and we invest in 3.
It will make a difference, though, for people. Right?
I agree.
Yeah.
If it works. So Fabrice AI, until I released it, sucked. It only started working a month before release. It took me a year to get there. Of coding overnight, iterating.
Did you say if you were working with the 4.0, it would have cut the time way down?
Yes, and I know like just wait for 4 to come out.
Yeah, right.
I do this for fun.
It means a lot to me that you made this time. I appreciate it. I truly do. And the inspiration to positively affect social injustice is something that resonates with me. And it's a path that I'm on,
Good.
to try to figure out.
Perfect. Well,
Thank you.
good luck.
Yes.
Good luck with the project, and get back to you when it's live and working.
Yes, of course.
Perfect.
Will do. How exciting was that? I felt like that interaction was positive. That's what happens when you start a tech company. Doors open and it leads to conversations like this. Did I spend all those hours creating question and answer slides that I never referenced? Yes, of course. Is it all worth it? Yes, of course. I can't wait to see what happens next, because this just happened. So what's going to happen next?